It's Jewish Heritage Month, and people often ask me why I make films, not all the time, but I often make films with Jewish characters around Jewish themes and topics that affect the Jewish people, whether it's anti-Semitism or dating. I used to just say, I don't know, it's just what I write. It just comes out of me. But really, if you look at it, you can see it's just who I am. I may not be religious, and a lot of people know that, and I think that's why they're confused, but Judaism is more than a religion. It's a culture that prioritizes education and the arts. It's really important to put yourself out in the world and express yourself, whether it's through performance or writing or filmmaking, whatever it is that you're doing. Judaism encourages that in the culture because it's important for storytelling and sharing of history. Judaism also has a big proponent of leaving the world a better place than when you came into it. You're supposed to do good for the world. That's your number one priority. And so for me, that's all wrapped up together. The Jewish people, unfortunately, have a history that proves how terrible human beings can be. And I think it's important that we look at that and we remember that. I also think it's important to share the jokes and the funny behaviors and the quirkiness that is the Jewish culture as well. Now, I could sit here and go on and on about that, but I want to talk about a broader topic, and I've mentioned it over the last few weeks in my videos, about really bringing yourself to the table, about not trying to be something that you think you're supposed to be to write something great. I do find that a lot of writers starting out, not all, but a lot of them starting out, and even as they go forward, are constantly trying to write something that will sell, are constantly trying to figure out what's the latest trend and I should make that. By the time you make it, it won't be the latest trend. I've said it before, I want to say it again, it won't be. But if you bring your authentic self to the table, if you create projects that are really connected to you, they will never, ever not be trending. Okay, I'm not saying you're going to make a lot of money. I'm not saying that kind of, quotes, Hollywood success. I'm talking about making art that will withstand the test of time, that isn't a flash in the pan, that you can leave for future generations to look at and learn from, and maybe laugh a little. I really hope you keep that in mind because I think authenticity is the key. Recently, a friend of mine gave me some advice on how to deal with someone with a job I'm doing, and it was all about authenticity. I was trying to figure out how to talk to the person, how to word it, and the truth was the best answer was just to say what I was feeling and just be honest without being attacking. Just say what I was feeling, and you know what? That works. So if it works in your day-to-day life, imagine if you bring that to your art on a big screen, what that can do, what you can accomplish. It's just a good way to live. Be you. Okay, you don't have to say everything in your head. We all have thoughts that maybe we don't need to express. You don't want to hurt people. But if the intention is to help, if the intention is to help yourself get out of a bad situation or help someone else or just share, that's good. Don't be afraid to do it. People are afraid of not fitting in and not doing exactly the way it's supposed to be done, whatever the thing is. But the great artists are the people who don't worry about that. They're just who they are. And that's why you get drawn to them. So be authentic. Do that for yourself. Get people to be drawn to you. Happy National Jewish Heritage Month.